Good Monday evening, August 25th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Washington State Patrol says an Omak man was seriously injured Saturday evening, in a crash on Highway 20, and intoxication was a factor. The city of Chelan struggled today with a water main break that threatened to deplete its reservoirs. We set record high temperatures Sunday and once again today. Will we do it tomorrow as well? I'll let you know coming up in your full local weather forecast. Last night, the FBI once again began a sweep of the forested area where Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker were found murdered nearly 3 months ago. The Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest announced on Friday that roads, trailheads, and campgrounds in the upper Icicle River would close from 6 a.m. Sunday to 6 a.m. this coming Wednesday, while federal agents conducted operations in the area. Travis Decker, the father of the 3 young girls, is the sole suspect in their murder. The children's bodies were found at an Icicle River campsite on June 2nd, 3 days after their father picked them up from their home in Wenatchee for a scheduled visitation. Decker has not been seen since and is the subject of a national manhunt. Previous searches have closed public lands in the Enchantments and even parts of North Cascades National Park. It's not known whether Travis Decker is dead or alive, but a $20,000 reward remains in effect for information leading to his capture. The FBI was scheduled to hold a press briefing in Leavenworth this afternoon. You can find any updates on our website. The Washington State Patrol says an Omak man was seriously injured Saturday evening in a crash on Highway 20, and intoxication was a factor. 49-year-old Juan J. Pacheco was headed east near milepost 219 when he lost control of his Honda Accord, veered off the road, and struck a tree. His car came to a stop blocking the westbound lane. Pacheco had to be airlifted to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle for treatment. Troopers believe he was driving under the influence. However, the precise cause of the crash remains under investigation. 2 fully restored World War II bombers will be staged at Pangbourne Memorial Airport tomorrow through Sunday for the Flying Legends of Victory Tour. The bombers include the commemorative Air Force B-17 Flying Fortress named Sentimental Journey and a B-25 Mitchell named Made in the Shade. Tickets to fly in the B-17 range from $475 to $850 per seat, with tickets for the B-25 ranging from $375 to $590. Flight tickets for a CAF Rainier Wings A19 Stinson Reliant will also be available for a limited time Saturday and once again on Sunday. Grand tours of the planes are available for $15 per person or $30 for a family of 4. Tour tickets can be purchased at the airport upon arrival, but flight tickets need to be purchased ahead of time online. 12 wastewater treatment facilities in the 4 counties of north central Washington have been recognized for their efficiency and effectiveness in keeping our waters clean. The plants in Chelan, Douglas, Grant, and Okanagan counties are among 121 receiving outstanding performance awards from the State Department of Ecology. They include the municipal wastewater plant in Chelan, the Bridgeport wastewater treatment facility, which has bounced back since it was badly damaged by the Pearl Hill fire in 2020, and also treatment centers in Ephrata, Twisp, and other towns. The award is based on excellent compliance with water quality monitoring and reporting requirements, as well as meeting water quality goals. Ecology calls it a recognition of the hard day-to-day work that wastewater operators perform. When we come back, Quincy police say a local resident was already wanted on a warrant when he decided to use a handgun to settle an argument. And Okanagan County has begun a process to shrink the number of voting precincts within its boundaries by a factor of nearly 60%. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
This is Phyllis. At 92 years young, her typical day starts out on the course.
Last year, I golfed over 300 days. In 2002, when I got my first hole-in-one, Abby's gave me a free pizza. Over 20 years later, I'm still golfing and I'm still eating their pizza. I just think Abby's is legendary.
Abby's, legendary pizza for legendary people.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
The city of Chelan struggled today with a water main break that threatens to deplete its reservoirs. The fault happened in a main near Waterslide Drive and Highway 97A. Crews started work to repair the fault shortly after it was noticed. The city issued a warning early today via Facebook that city residents should conserve water until the work could be finished later in the day. Quincy police say a local resident was already wanted on a warrant when he decided to use a handgun to settle an argument. 50-year-old Felix Ramos Cruz was arrested Thursday night on suspicion of harassment and aiming a firearm, as well as his prior DUI warrant. Police say Cruz was in an argument at a home in the 400 block of Q Street Southeast when he aimed a handgun at the other person and made threats to kill them. No one was injured in that confrontation. Cruz remained held in the Grant County Jail today. Okanagan County has begun a process to shrink the number of voting precincts within its boundaries by a factor of nearly 60%. Right now, the largest geographic county in Washington has 248 precincts, but County Auditor Carrie Hall and representatives from local political parties plan to draw that number down to just 102. When the precincts were drawn, state law only allowed a maximum of 200 registered voters within each. That limit has since been raised, and Okanagan County is aiming for a maximum as 500 to 700 voters per precinct. County commissioners approved the remapping 2 weeks ago. Coming up next, a new trading card collectibles store will officially open next Saturday on Grant Road in East Wenatchee. More in tonight's feature story. Moderate to major heat risk is still in our forecast through Wednesday. I'll have all your local weather details coming up, as well as Eric Granstrom with tonight's sports report as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no-cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Click It RV is the home of the lowest price guarantee on new and used RVs. Our summer sell-down sales event is happening now. Shop new and used RVs from all the major manufacturers. Up to $6,000 over NADA for your trade through August. 0 down and no payments for 6 months. And get a free Traeger grill with every purchase. Plus, it's your last chance to win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash drawn at the end of August.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
Don't miss Click It RV's summer sale-down sales event now through August.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
A new trading card collectibles store will officially open next Saturday on Grant Road in East Wenatchee. Brothers Zach and Jordan Folden joined with their friend Nathan Medeiros to open Trading Card Gallery and offer a wide variety of both products and services. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE News spoke with Zach and Nathan about the story behind their business and their plans for opening day.
The first idea the store started about 15 years ago. Me and my older brothers and my younger brother, we always wanted to open a card shop. As the years went on, I kept bugging them about it. They were like, we'll wait, we gotta wait. And then over my 31st birthday, we went over to Seattle and we were sitting at dinner and I was like, hey Nathan, what do you think about opening a card shop? He's like, that's a great idea. And literally the next day, the ideas started flooding in, and we created the store.
Yeah, and I've been wanting to start a business for quite some time, and so I've been saving up doing research. I just didn't know exactly what I wanted to open. My background is in technology. I have my degree in network administration. I work at the data centers. I knew I wanted to open a business at some point. I just was having a hard time pinpoint what field I want to go into, and obviously technology was the first one. But that's a difficult one to start a business into. And so I've been a collector since I was a kid. I've been a hobbyist since I was a kid. And after talking to Zach, he said, hey, we've been wanting to open this card shop since we were kids, him and his brother. And I said, well, that actually sounds like a really fun thing to do. Just like any other card store, we do your standard buy, sell, trade of trading cards. We're going to focus on trading card games, mostly Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece. There's a few other newer games coming out. I know Bandai has a Gundam game. In fact, baseball player Bo Jackson, he just came out with a trading card game that's a blend of sports and trading card game. And it's very interesting because then you get like signatures of players on your trading cards. And then obviously sports, that's the classic. I think it appeals to everyone. But our friends over at Core, they focus more on the sports side, and so we don't want to get too heavy into that. We want to focus more on the trading card games. But in addition to just your standard cards, there's other services that we really, really want to offer. One of them are custom cards, like novelty cards. And so right now we're testing different prints, papers, inks, things like that, where if you have a kid in T-ball and you want like a professional looking sports card made, we can make them here in-house. We don't have to send it off to some other company to make. We'll make them here. We can, we have different backgrounds, different styles that we can make. And it'll have the look and feel of a real sports card. And so we want to offer services like that. We also offer card cleaning and restoration. So if you want to get a card that means a lot to you, has a lot of sentimental value, but it's all creased up, we can actually repair that as much as possible. We also offer grading services with grading companies like PSA. And so there's all kinds of services we'd like to offer. In addition to just the buy, sell, trade of cards.
Yeah, so we're going to be, the events that we'll be holding is like Friday Night Magic, Pokemon, if people want to rent the space after hours, push the tables together, play D&D, throw on a sports game or whatever show they want.
Yeah, so our grand opening is Saturday, September 6th at 10 a.m. And so we wanted to open a little bit earlier, but with Labor Day weekend, we didn't want to do it on holiday weekend with a lot of people out of town, with family, camping, things like that. So we figured holding off another week to give the most number of people the best opportunity to come and enjoy our store and check us out. We're not going to be we're, like you can see, we're not a huge store, and so it's going to take a while for us to ramp up our inventory and get something for everyone. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking forward to on September 6th.
We'll have a giveaway, so everybody that comes through the door will get a ticket, and if you want to purchase another ticket, I believe we're gonna sell them for $5. Extra ticket.
Yeah, we're gonna be raffling off various items. Some custom items, some maybe some rare and expensive booster packs or cards, or some various goodies that we've stashed away. So. Grand opening, we just want to give something a little bit extra for the people that do show up and support us from day one.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great day today and a fantastic weekend. It was a hot one, that's for sure. 97 our high on Saturday, 100 yesterday, which broke a record. And yeah, it was a hot one once again today. Looking down at the Wenatchee Valley from our Wenatchee Heights tower camera, and you can see nothing but blue sky except just a little bit of smoky haze out there. You can see that around North Central Washington today. But I'll tell you what, didn't do much to keep our temperatures down, and nor will it as we make our way through Tuesday and into Wednesday. Here we are in Wenatchee, major heat risk today, once again tomorrow, and that goes down to a moderate heat risk as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, with some cooler temperatures expected by mid and into the end of this week. But boy, it's a red flag warning for most of our viewing area. Here we are in Wenatchee, up into Leavenworth, Plain, also Carlton, up north, Winthrop, Twisp, over into Omak. So very, very touchy conditions as far as fire starts out there with low humidities. We are seeing 5 to 10% chance of thunderstorms Monday afternoon. And I think Wednesday actually will be our best chance for thunderstorms here in the Wenatchee Valley as our temperatures stay hot, and we will see once again a heat risk as we get into the end or the middle part of our week. Today, once again, a record high temperature, our second day in a row, 100 degrees at Pangbourne Airport. 84 is where we should be for this time of year, so as you can see, well above our normal high. Our old record, 97 degrees, and that was set in 1996. 70, our overnight low this morning. 59 now is where we should be, and 46, our record low set in 1992. Sunrise, 6:11, and sunset is at 7:54. All right, taking a look at those temperatures tomorrow, almost a carbon copy of today and a carbon copy of Sunday. Hundreds all over our map from Moses Lake into Ephrata and Quincy, Wenatchee, all the way up Highway 97, Eniat, Chelan, Omak. For the third day in a row, we'll see temperatures reaching the century mark. 99 in both Leavenworth and once again for Cashmere tomorrow. So it is going to be a scorcher for our Tuesday. Tonight, some high clouds out there, mainly from this little area of low pressure, and it's just a thermal low that's creating some of those high clouds out there. We are expecting lows tonight in the mid-70s, so that's why we're seeing such a heat risk, because we're not getting any relief in our nighttime temperatures. For Tuesday, mostly sunny. Once again, some high clouds. Record highs are possible with temperatures right around 100 degrees. That'll be our third day in a row. For Wednesday, partly cloudy, and this is where we could see a little bit of rain shower activity. This area of low pressure is sending some waves of moisture our way, and right along the Cascades, we have that slight chance for thunderstorms Wednesday. Still going to be a hot one, though, with temperatures in the upper 90s. For Thursday, just some high clouds out there. The good news, some cooler air will begin to funnel in from the northwest, if you could call it cooler. Thursday, high temperatures in the low 90s. Keep in mind, mid-80s are normal for right now. For Friday, mostly sunny. That ridge strengthens once again in the Pacific Northwest. We will see highs in the low and maybe even some mid-90s to end our work week on Friday, and then getting you into our Labor Day weekend. Boy, can you believe that? For Saturday, sunny and warm. High temperatures right around 90 degrees on Saturday. And as we get to our Sunday, the middle part of our long weekend for many of us, Sunday, sunny skies and warm with high temperatures again right around 90 degrees. All right, your 7-day forecast, 75 overnight tonight. Once again, we could set another record high on Tuesday. Our low 74, our high 100. Maybe a thunderstorm late in the day on Wednesday, not ruling that out. 97 still our high temperature. Then a couple of nice days to end our week. Mostly sunny both Thursday and Friday. Lower 90s our high temperature. And then as we get into our long Labor Day weekend, Saturday and Sunday look really nice with sunshine and high temperatures around 90 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
And a happy Monday to you. It was a record-setting day at the ballpark for Cal Raleigh Sunday in Seattle's 11-4 win over the Athletics. Cal wasted no time in tying and then breaking the home run record in a season by a catcher with numbers 48 and 49 in his first two at-bats as the Mariners took 2 of 3 from the A's.
0-1 to Cal. High fly ball! Way out of here! There it goes! Number 48 reaches the second deck! He has tied the all-time record! The most home runs by a catcher in a single season, and Cal Raleigh has done it before the end of August! Simply incredible!
So, Jacob Wilson, you got to be ready to hit.
Wilson ready. Puts a swing, left field, and a homer for Jacob Wilson. Third game off the IL, and the power is back for Jay Willie. 2-1, A's on the board.
The opposite way to the gap. Butler can't get there. Here comes Polanco to score. The Mariners get that run right back. Cal, blast off, left field. There it goes. Cal Raleigh, his 49th home run. Storybook season by Cal Raleigh. He has done it. The most home runs all time in a single season by a major league catcher. Once in a lifetime kind of stuff from Cal Raleigh. Field is in, bases are loaded. Robles lines this to left field. Garver scores on his heels. Polanco, the throw up the line. 2 runs cash in for the Mariners. Victor Robles drives in a pair. And the M's have opened it up in the 3rd inning. It's a 7-1 lead. 1-2. Flicked into shallow center field. Drops in, base hit. Crawford scores. He is in to touch home plate. Robles right behind him. Well, the Mariners add on another 2 runs. This time thanks to Julio. It's a 9-1 lead. Fights this off to the gap. Right center field. Base hit. The runs just keep on coming for the Mariners today. A Rosarena in. Julio right behind him. An 11 spot today for the Mariners.
Here's the pitch. A line drive out to left, and that will indeed be a stake for Willie MacGyver. Urias gets hit. Katse out of the dugout.
See Urias point right away, right to his hand area. Take a look, take a listen.
Well, you saw Blade tap him after he came home to touch home plate. Makes it 11-3 on the hit by pitch, but for Urias, I'm sure that pain and that feeling's not going to go away anytime soon.
You've been, ribbon.
And this possibly had a chance to sneak through but picked up. And the out will score a run. So Jacob Wilson coming through.
On the ground, Cole Young to first base. Ball game. You know, sometimes you just need a little bit of sunshine.
Root Sports Northwest Jen Mueller dodged the water bath afterwards to get Cal's thoughts on the record.
What will you remember about your record-setting swings?
I don't know. It was a lot of fun, and I guess I remember just tipping the cap to the crowd and everybody on their feet. It was really a cool moment.
They have done that so many times.
They're great. They're awesome. They've been really good to me, and show out. And we're gonna need you down the stretch going to.
Okay, to be fair, that was not fair because I thought that was just going to be bubble gum.
I saw it in the bullpen. He credit to him. He came back strong after a tough outing last time, and fixed some things and got into a good headspace. And you saw it in the bullpen. He was locked in right away.
Manager Dan Wilson was more impressed by what Raleigh did catching a brilliant game by Logan Gilbert than his 2 homers.
We had a chance to see all-time history today, which is really cool. 49 homers in a season for a catcher, unbelievable. I think as much as I want to talk about the homers, I think I want to talk about his blocking today more. What a great job he did, and when you think about Logan and getting setting a career high in strikeouts. The confidence he had in the split, and Cal being able to stop it was it's all goes hand in hand. And so when you talk about Cal Raleigh, you talk about a lot of home runs, but he does the job behind the plate. And he does it very well, and that's not taking anything away from Logan. I thought Logan pitched an unbelievable ball game today, and that was an incredible bounce back for him. And threw the ball well. He had everything going. Really good fastball. Good split, good slider, and he attacked the zone, and that's what Logan does so well, and that's what he did today. And the 2 of those guys together were pretty dynamic back there, or out there, and the 2 home runs, getting us an early lead, awesome. And offensively, we did a lot of incredible things. Loaded the bases, driving them in, using the whole field, getting big hits. Up and down the lineup, some really good at bats. Everywhere in the lineup. You can't look at a guy in that lineup and not point to a really strong at bat. And it was just a great afternoon, a great way to end that series and win that series, and get ready for San Diego coming in.
Seattle welcomes San Diego to town tonight at 6:40 on Root Sports Northwest. The Padres are tied with the Dodgers atop the National League West. Houston's lead in the AL West is a 2-game set after a 3-2 loss to Baltimore. Texas remains 6.5 games out following a 5-0 win over Cleveland. The Angels fell to the Cubs 4-3. Well, the Seahawks wrapped up the preseason Saturday with a 20-7 loss to the Green Bay Packers. Jalen Milroe got the start at quarterback and played the entire game. He fumbled 3 times while going 13 for 24 for 148 yards. He did throw a touchdown to Cody White. White finished the game with 69 yards receiving. Coach Mike McDonald says it was a good end of the preseason, even though the game didn't go the way they wanted.
Look at the game, obviously didn't go in our favor. A lot of things that we're going to be able to improve on. But coming out of the game, you're thinking about, hey, let's look at the week. I think it was a great week for our football team, our organization. Look, it's not easy to pull these things off, to kind of move your organization across the country. Being in Seattle and being able to have to pop around and get out here in Green Bay is a big to do. And so I appreciate our organization, especially Jody. John, Chuck, just making it happen and understanding how important it is for us, and it was great. It was great for our team, and I felt like we got a lot better and got a great evaluation for our players as well. So, just want to say thank you on that front. And I thought the guys played hard today. There's a lot of, I just told the team, there's a lot of good, and there's a lot we're going to learn from. I mean, there's operation stuff, there's penalties, just making quick decisions, being decisive, playing our style of ball that we'll learn from these things. But I thought the guys played really hard, and they put a heck of a training camp together, so they should be proud of themselves.
NFL mandated cutdown day is tomorrow. McDonald and his coaches have to make the tough decision to cut the roster from 90 players down to 53 by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Monday.
And that will do it for this edition of the NCW Life Evening News. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app. And now you can watch all of NCW Life's 24/7 programming without cable. Our channel is available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Download the NCW Life app to your devices and share the news with friends and family. You can email us with news tips anytime at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.